Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Johnny Depp testified under oath for 4 days that he never hit his ex-wife Amber Heard. Now she is telling the same court that he was lying. Heard testified in great detail yesterday about Depp's alleged physical abuse. Depp is suing her for $50 million because he claims she ruined his career by going public and describing herself as a domestic abuse survivor. Heard is countersuing Depp for $100 million. She claims his lawyers falsely accused her of making up claims against him. Carter Evans has the latest from the courtroom. We warn you that Heard's testimony includes graphic accounts of alleged abuse.
He felt like he was on top of me, and I'm looking at him in his eyes, and I don't see him anymore. I don't see him anymore. It wasn't him. It was black. I've never been so scared in my life.
Sobbing through her second day of testimony, Amber Heard described Johnny Depp's alleged attacks in graphic detail.
My head was bashing against the back of the bar, and I couldn't breathe.
She accused Depp of slapping and kicking her during a private flight with others.
No one did anything. I felt so embarrassed that he could kick me to the ground in front of people.
And Heard broke down while claiming that during an alcohol-fueled rage in Australia, Depp sexually assaulted her.
Please, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Her lawyers then showed images she took of the trashed home from that trip, including bloodstains.
There was blood on the carpet. I could see blood drips. My forearms were cut. My bottoms of my feet were sliced up pretty good.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans.
And CBS News legal analyst RIKKI KLIEMAN joins us now. RIKKI, we've covered stories in this same wheelhouse before. When you look at what this case is about, jurors need to be convinced that Johnny Depp did not physically abuse Amber Heard. When you listen to the testimony over these last couple of days, what do you make of what Amber Heard has had to say thus far?
Jurors will always have their own opinions. So you're going to have some jurors, there is no doubt, who are going to be dramatically moved by Amber Heard's testimony, because it's not only the graphic detail she has, but it's also backed up by photographs, by text messages, the photographs of the bruises themselves. So how does another juror who's skeptical about her testimony argue with the first juror? Well, that juror says, she's an actress. This is something that she does for a living. This is, to quote Johnny Depp's lawyers, this is the performance of her life. But the only way for that juror to be able to say how she got those horrendous bruises is to say, well, she hit him, he defended himself. Well, that may be a stretch for many a juror. Her testimony was very, very powerful because of what backed it up.
When you talk about the performance of a life, that came from Johnny Depp's team, and then you had statements that were also released by Heard where she said that, you know, if you're truly innocent, then you wouldn't have promised to, quote, put the monster away. She talked about the libel case in the UK, the restraining order that was granted when they divorced. Why do you think they released those statements? What was the legal strategy there?
Both sides really needed to release statements because you are now going to have a 10-day break, which is almost unheard of in any case. So you have jurors who are going home, and the last thing that they have heard is Amber Heard in agonizing testimony, or, on the other hand, in acting testimony. But if it's agonizing testimony, Johnny Depp needed to go forward and really make a statement, and then she needed to respond, blaming not only Depp for absolutely not taking responsibility, but blaming Depp's lawyers as well.
So, RIKKI, at the end of this, the jury is going to rule simply on that question that Drika mentioned. Did Johnny Depp abuse Amber Heard, or is there a bigger ruling involved?
Well, there's a bigger ruling involved because what the jury is really being told is were the statements of Amber Heard proved by Johnny Depp's side to be done with malice, meaning that they were false.
Right.
So we have to believe, in order for Johnny Depp to collect anything, that Johnny Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that she has lied. It's a very high burden.
Only in the op-ed is the question, because they've made all these other claims
Right.
that outside of the court context you would think would be defamation lawsuits in their own right.
That is correct, but the op-ed is the only thing that we are considering here because, as Johnny Depp's witnesses put forth, the op-ed was in the Washington Post.
Right, and he says it lost him money and work.
Well, and I think on that score, whatever lost him money and work, the damages are proven. The question is, were they caused by Amber
his.
Heard's op-ed?
Right.
Right.
All right, Rikki KLIEMAN, thank you as always for coming in.